They just dropped the green flag. Watch that coming down on the inside, right behind this pack of leaders. Shane Hall down on the bottom. He's got room.
That's Freddie Quarry on the outside. Freddie Quarry sideways. They make a little contact coming out of turn 4. Now they're going down in turn 1. Shane Hall has made the pass.
And also the number 80 car of Toby Porter also moved up 1 spot, getting past Brian Reevely on the restart.
Earlier, you guys were talking about restarts, and that 44 has really got a good restart there. He's jumped out to probably about an 8 or 10 car lead, so he's going to be tough to run down.
Riding with Toby Porter.
They're giving that plexiglass windshield a workout here. You can see how it vibrates, but that's a real safety innovation here. You don't have to worry about shattered glass or anything like that in an accident. That'll take a lot of abuse.
There you see just ahead. Freddie Query's car getting just a touch loose getting into the corner. This battle is for 11th place. Number 4, Ron Young, 55. Scott Walters ran 3rd for the first half of the race, trying to come back up through. Not an easy task.
Mike, you'll see a little more vigor go into the driving style of these guys now because they're down inside of 50 laps. So pushing and gouging is the thing that you'll see a little more of now. They'll get your attention when you slip a little in the corner. They'll lay that bumper to you now.
There's Bigley just going off the bottom of your screen. He's made the pass on Buckshot Jones. So Billy Bigley, the pole sitter. There's his number 28 coming back up. He now moves to ninth position.
That car is really getting forward bite coming up off the corner, but I tell you one thing, he's got a man leading this race that he's going to have to fly to catch.
Arm out the window. Hal Goodson makes the wave at number 72, who ducked inside and makes the pass.
Ooh, Jody Ridley's trying to come up on the inside there to take the spot. You see him countering that move there down the back straightaway. Shane Hall moves in there in the 85 car, the white car there.
Now Goodson gave Eddie Mercer a wave as they came down the front straightaway.
A lot of times you're not waving when you do that.
I don't think he was waving at him to go by there. They were a little bit of contact, and Mercer went on by him. You haven't seen the last of the 98 car there. He's working on the inside of the 16, and I think he's going to be tougher.
Well, Jody Ridley knows how to win at any racetrack, and especially here at Greenville. He's run a million times here, and don't count him out yet. I think he buys the paint with all 3 of those blue cars at the same place. I've never seen 3 cars painted exactly the same.
I don't get it. One of those is from South Carolina, one from Georgia, one from Florida. They're all the exact same shade of petty blue. This car isn't. This car is leading, though. Mike Cope, defending series champ, looking for his 8th career win. Had 2 last year and 5 in 1993.
If you guys want to know what a good race car looks like going through the corner here at Greenville, right here it is. This is brand new pavement here. I'm going to tell you, if this was on the old pavement, you'd have 100 wrecks in this race. But this is great pavement on this racetrack. And you notice the cars, they never jump around at all. It's very smooth here. It was laser beamed when he did the surface. They did it with laser beam.
I came out here to test the car not too long ago, and I couldn't believe how smooth it was. This racetrack's always been a little abrasive on tires, and really done a wonderful job. And Mike's really done a wonderful job of getting his car hooked up. But 72 is pulling away from the 16 now and coming on up.
That's right. You tested a Winston Cup car for Mike Hill here.
Sure did. It was a great opportunity for me, a real good race car, and just didn't work out for the business end of it, so couldn't go Winston Cup race.
Not this time, but certainly sometime.
Well, it may be my only offer I ever get. I hope not, but just enjoyed testing it out here.
Mike Cope, number 44, is your leader with 22 laps to go. We asked Mike Cope if he ever imagined that his career would take off like it has in the last year and a half.
Well, I always wanted it to, but never realized it was going to happen. You know, it's one of those things to where you sit back home and you wonder just how those guys made it there, and then all of a sudden when it happens to you and you're not there yet, but you're getting closer, you still don't know how. It's just a lot of hard work and dedication, I guess.
A lot of hard work, some good coaching, and very good equipment, and a lot of talent behind the wheel.
You see Shane Hall here. He's got a rear view mirror full of Freddie Quarry going down in the corner, and that's Toby Butler in the 90 car moving in there. We're going to have a good race here. See Freddie Quarry coming up on the inside of Shane Hall now, trying to take that spot away.
And Quarry may get it. Toby Porter trying to come up through right with him. Quarry's opened the door, and Porter Tries to get his foot in there. It's not going to quite fit.
See, Shane, he kind of checkmate there, getting in the corner, but Toby Porter's running very well. A little contact there between the two, and Toby Porter's side by side now. That was casual contact.
Oh, it was. Okay. Okay.
That's what we call it, Jason. Every once in a while.
Look pretty rough. You're talking about casual contact. That's short track racing at its best there.
You got it.
He had the preferred line there on the other side, and he should move right on by him. He did.
He probably didn't have to nudge Hall for Hall to know he was there. I think Shane knew he was there.
Well, Mike, what happens here, Shane Hall was definitely the second fastest car on the racetrack before his pit stop. If you make minor adjustments on stagger and all on these tires on a short track, and it can really put you out to lunch.
Mike Cope continues to work lap traffic. Moving up on the Steve Allison machine, 25 laps to go. We'll be right back.
Today's coverage of the Domino's Pizza 200 exclusively on TNN is brought to you by Pep Boys Automotive Super Center.
Run to the 8th caution of the day. Here's the man that brought it out, running in second place. Eddie Mercer had cut Mike Cope's lead from 2.3 seconds down to less than a second when what happened?
Well, he just went in the corner a little too hard, and he was really catching Cope fast. Every lap he was pulling down 8, 9 car lengths, and boy, I tell you, if you overrun this racetrack, that's what you'd see. You see the back of your trailer, and you go in, change clothes, and watch the last few laps.
I tell you, that's really discouraging as a driver. I'm sure his crew was telling him how fast he was running, and he could see how fast he was running, could see the leader, and you don't need anybody to tell you you've made a mistake. He knows it, and he's probably upset with himself right now, but he had a good car today, and he has nothing to be ashamed of today.
Well, I wouldn't be ashamed. I've overtried him many times. You have to do that. I mean, how do you win if you don't give more effort than the rest of them?
Better to overtry than not to try, and he was giving it a good run today, and just wasn't his day. When it's his day, nobody can keep him out of victory lane.
Crash happened at turn 4. Lost control coming right between turns 3 and 4. And got it up into the wall and out of the race. Leaves us 17 cars on the lead lap.
Mike, you can see right up against the wall there, all the debris and all. If you get up high, you're gone because there's so much stuff on the outside of the racetrack. You cannot correct the car once it gets in it.
Well, the call has come from the backstretch for more charcoal. Over there. Jason, you going to save us a hamburger, too?
Yeah, you guys come on over. I tell you, this has been great, and I really appreciate it. And I'm going to go down here and watch this race. I think everyone's in store for one well of a race here, and I really appreciate it. And you guys come over to see me after the race.
We'll be over for a cold one. Thanks. Jason Keller drives the Budget Gourmet Chevy.
Well, Jason, I got to tell you one thing I've said about you. You're probably one of the best qualifiers in all of racing, period. Winston Cup or anything else. I've never seen anybody get as much out of a car in qualifying as delight to have you up here.
Thanks. I really don't know how to do that, but my guys put a good car on. Everybody asks me how to do that, but I really don't have an answer. But you guys have a good night.
Okay, thanks for being with us. Green flag at lap 183. 17 to go, and Mike Cope is way out in front of Hal Goodson on this restart. Boy, he got a jump.
I'd rather get it through the gears than I had to work it up, you know, after you get in high gear. He's got a nice lead, but Hal Goodson's going to give it the old All-American boy run here. And just behind them is one of the best in the world, Jody Ridley, at this type of racing in the 98 car.
And a tough break for Billy Bigley Jr., the pole sitter, climbing back up through the field. Horrible noise from that engine. They've broken a valve spring. He's going to try to tough it out. But he'll drop out of the top 10, 17 cars on the lead lap.
Oh, boy. You know what happens when you drop a valve spring, and the valve itself drops down into the chamber, and it's hitting on the top of the piston, and you're hoping that this thing don't turn sideways and lock up the engine.
There's Bigley. Perhaps you can hear the awful noise coming from that engine. Man who just brought out the caution was running in second. Eddie Mercer. Glenn is with him.
Eddie had an awfully good run going. Tell us what happened.
Oh, I tell you, I'm really disgusted. We did it. We had a great car. The Phoenix Monte Carlo ran well. I was just working around lap car there, and I got in a little too hot, you know, and I got my right front tire up in the junk. I tried to drive it off of there, and it wouldn't turn. It knocked the wall down. You know, it was my fault. I mean, the lap car didn't do anything. I just got in a little too hot. I thought I was catching Mike, and you know, I felt like I had something for him, and I just blew it.
Well, we appreciate your honesty. Better luck next time.
I didn't hear you.
So we appreciate your honesty.
All right. Thank you.
Well, you can hear Bigley's car in the background sounding like a Roman candle, and hoping not to grenade and trying to hang on to a top 10 finish. Buckshot Jones has fought his way by. Now Ron Young in the number 4, and the the 55 of Scott Walters go past.
Well, what he's trying to do now is just finish. He knows that the car is down on power, and he just wants to stay out of the way and not create a problem for the competitors around him there.
12 laps to go. Mike Cope, Hal Goodson, Jody Ridley has fought his way to third. Stood off the pace early, but now having a fine run. And Toby Porter is all over Shane Hall. That'll be for fifth spot behind Freddie Query. Here's that battle.
Boy, I tell you what, Toby Porter's looking him over. This is the camera looking over at Shane Hall from over the nose cam, we call it. And he's moving on the inside of Shane Hall. You see Shane Hall kind of move over, and he'll kind of cut this down to the bottom, keep him from getting under him and taking that preferred line.
This will be for fifth place.
You do race a little bit with your mirror too, Mike.
Just a little. 10 laps to go. Hall trying to hold Porter.
I was just fixing to say, you can tell by the nose on Toby Porter's car, he don't mind letting you hold it. So if I was Shane Hall, I would try to outrun him and not block him too much. Woo!
Just a little hello.
Yeah, that'll get him looking in that mirror. And what you try to do is get his attention off his line and make him run a ragged line so you can get a position on him.
One thing's for sure, when you're looking in the mirror, you're not looking where you're headed.
You got it. Well, Shane Hall's pretty good, but his car's gone away somewhat. And I think Toby Porter might be a little faster, but that don't mean a thing here at Greenville. You have to get that position on him to get by him.
Dollars and points and pride at stake here for fifth place.
Here's Jody Ridley moving in here, trying to take over. Is this for second?
Yes. Hal Goodson's car, they said the tires on the radio had gone away as Porter gets underneath Shane Hall. Boy, Hall's tough on the outside, though.
Side by side, going down into turn 3.
6.5 laps to go.
You see Shane, he just kind of rolled out the throttle there, let Toby Porter by. He understood he couldn't hold him off.
So Hall drops in line in 6th.
I see a little bit of smoke coming out of Shane Hall's car, just in the middle part of the back of the car when he starts off in the corner. So he has a problem with something. I don't know what it is, but he's smoking just a little bit.
Ryan Reevely has come to a halt on pit road as we take 5 laps to go, and Bigley is now way off the pace. He's gone a lap down with that ailing engine. Freddie Query in 4th is pulling up on that 2nd and 3rd place battle of Goodson and Ridley. Here's your leader, Mike Cope. 2nd and 3rd, the twin blue cars, and here comes Freddie Query in number 6.
Freddie Query, anybody that ever goes to Concord Motor Speedway knows this man knows how to race too. So we have some good people up front. And this thing is not over. Cope right now has the command, and he's not making any mistakes. The car looks like it's glued to the racetrack, and anything can happen.
There's Mike Cope's spotter, Busch champion David Green.
Boy, that's some good advice right there. I don't know what he'd tell this guy, though. He's almost perfect.
3 laps to go. That early pit stop on lap 78 was the key for Mike Cope. Came back up through traffic when the rest of the leaders pitted. The front of the track belonged to Ron Barfield, and then Cope got his way to the front. 2 to go.
Mike, one thing about short track racing, with 2 laps to go, look at this line this boy's running. He has run this line all day long. He hadn't deviated. Look at this car, not a mark on it. That's the way you win races on short tracks. You don't beat your car up and win.
Fast and smooth has been the key for Mike Cope. 1 lap to go. Goodson is 2nd. Jody Ridley is 3rd. Freddie Query is 4th, now right on Ridley's bumper. And Jody pulls away by a car length. Turn 4 for the final time. Mike Cope out of Pinellas Park, Florida, defending All Pro Series champion, notches his 8th career victory in the Domino's Pizza 200. Hal Goodson is 2nd. Jody Ridley is 3rd by 1 car length over Freddie Query. 5th goes to Toby Porter. 6th to Shane Hall.
You know, it's so good to see Jody Ridley. I know he didn't win the race, but this is his first top 10 all year long. It's hard for people to believe that know this circuit. But he is up and back up in the top 5 now. That's great.
Great finish for Ridley, coming home 3rd. We'll go to Victory Lane and meet Mike Cope after this word. You're watching All Pro Racing live on the Nashville Network.